Hey everybody, it's Miss Cole again, and I want to talk about something a little bit different for the first time today. I'll probably do a series of videos like this, not likely with any regularity, just, sort of as I'm thinking of it. I want to talk about books and some of what my favorite books are and why I like them so much. So the one that I want to start out with is a book by Bruce Covell called Jeremy Thatcher, Dragon Hatcher. And this is the copy that I have. And I looked, and it was originally published in 1991, but the copy that I have is from 2002. So I've had it for a long time. And if you look here, you can see that it's been part of my classroom library. And I've had several copies that I've gone through, but I think this is the first one that I put in my classroom library. Actually, this actual copy. Some of the reason that I like this is because, dragons are just cool. I'm actually going to show, this is my dragon. So story time before I get into the book. This dragon is actually one that I got in a Happy Meal toy. In a Happy Meal. It's a toy from a Happy Meal that I got way back when Disney's Animal Kingdom opened. Because the original concept for the park was going to be animals that were, and it has the dinosaur area, animals that are, and has like the tigers and the elephants and the lions and things like that, and then animals that never were. And the animals that never were part of the park got scrapped. But this one Happy Meal toy is one of the few remaining artifacts from that park concept. If you are going into the park and you look at the arch, you'll also see that there are three, I think it's a Triceratops and something else and a dragon. And but I had the hardest time finding this because I knew I wanted one, because it's dragon. It's also purple. It's purple, and purple is the best color. It is my favorite color because it's the best color. And so I have had this for years and years and years. And her name is Gluck for good luck. She is my Gluck dragon. And so on the way home from college, I would get off the interstate. I went to Florida State University, and I lived up in Pennsylvania at the time. And I would get off the interstate as often as I could to say, do you have this Happy Meal toy? Because they didn't all come out at the same time. Like, it wasn't like first, week one was this one and week two was this one. It was like different McDonald's had different toys. And so I would ask and I finally found one, and I love her so much. So yes, I like dragons. I think dragons are fascinating creatures. And so of course, I'm already interested in the book. Bonus, it's a fantastic story and it has amazing characters. Jeremy is being bullied. He has kids at school who pick on him, and he's running to get away from them. And this is actually from an interconnected series. It's not like sequential. They all feature different main characters and different concepts, but they're all about a magic shop that, like the Room of Requirement in the Harry Potter series, it shows up when you're not expecting it and when you need it. It's there. So Jeremy is running to get away from the kids who've been picking on him. And he turns the corner and there's a magic shop, and he's like, I'm going in there just to spend some time to get away from them. And he walks around and looks around, and Mr. Olives, it's Mr. Olives' magic shop, notices him. And he's like, oh, I'm not getting anything. And Mr. Olives is like, no one comes in here and doesn't get anything. That's kind of the way the magic works. And so Jeremy ends up with a dragon egg. And Mr. Olives impresses upon him the importance of the instructions that he takes with him. And so Jeremy has to take care of this dragon egg. I don't want to give away too much, because if you haven't read this book, you should. This book, it's great. It's a middle grade fiction book, so it's an easy read. If you are a confident reader in English, it might take you half an hour to an hour. It's a really fast read. He has to follow these instructions very carefully, and he becomes more diligent and more confident in himself as a result. And his growth as a character and the way that learning to deal with the challenges of hatching a dragon egg help him become more of the person that he wants to be, more of the kind of person that, is a stronger, psychologically, internally, a stronger person. Helps him also deal, of course, with conflicts in his outside, his school world and his friends. And the characters and the way they interact are just, they're so good. And The story moves along. It's not like super exciting, lots of, fighting and conflict, but it's highly character driven. And you care. You care about the characters so much. Like this book, I don't know how many times I've read it, and I love the characters. I laugh at some of the jokes. Some of them are a little cheesy, and it makes me smile, and it gets me teary-eyed every time. It's so good. Also, check out some of his other books. Bruce Covell, he's just a really strong writer. He's got a great voice. It's just fun. You get into the book, and it's this big. It's not a huge time commitment. But this is a book that I will often use for reluctant readers at the high school level, because even though it is a middle grade fiction book, it as an adult, I still connect with it. And it's not one that people who have difficulty reading are going to feel like, well, it's a baby book. You're giving me this book because you think I'm stupid. I'm like, no, I'm giving you this book because it's a good book. And I know you don't like reading, but you need practice. And this book will make that practice suck less. So if you get a chance, purchase the book through your local bookstore. A lot of bookstores, even if they aren't open because of the coronavirus, are doing, they're doing online delivery and things like that. A lot of libraries have curbside pickup. I don't know of any libraries that are doing delivery. If yours is, that is fantastic, and you should totally support them. If you have any questions, if you have books that you want to suggest, put them in the comments, please. I will be doing more of these. But again, these are my favorite books. And if you try it and it's not your favorite book, that's okay. That's one of the things that makes reading so cool, is that there's so much out there, that there's something that is the right book for anybody. Anyway, that's all for this time, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you read the book, or if you've already read it, let me know what you think in the comments. Bye, everybody.